All right, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and get things started. Welcome to this week's meeting. I'm going to quickly share the agenda for today, as I find it, which is, here we go. So for today, I guess the first thing I want to put out there, and I know we have just a few number of participants today. I think there's only, 6 of us right now in the call. First thing I want to put out is because we seem to be getting fewer and fewer attendees, maybe moving this to every other week instead of a weekly cadence. That way it gives people more time to contribute. So I'll put that out there. I'll also put that out into the announcement, into the general, see if I can get some feedback on that, but just a thought. I'm also going to be out next week. Going to be on vacation, so unless somebody wants to take over the meeting, we will be canceling next week's meeting. So we're almost de facto going on to a 2-week cadence, but I want to go ahead and put it out there since that seems to be the direction that we're heading for a lot of the meetings lately. The second thing that's on here is I put out a PR 449, which is the beginning of the refactoring changes to start putting together basic port config. So basically what's out there, I started to lay out, the top level view from the README file, started to expand that. There's more work that needs to be put into this, but I'm starting to lay that piece out. And I've also put together 3 protobufs. One of them is a rework of an existing one that was based on OpenConfig interfaces, and then of course I added a Ethernet and a VLAN protobuf model that ties into that. The piece I have not done yet in terms of trying to lay this out is to add in the netlink view. So there will probably be some additional parameters, but this is the first step in this. So if anybody can take time, review the PR, provide any comments, feedbacks, additions to this, it would be appreciated. But there's basically 3 in there, 1 for Ethernet, 1 for VLANs, and then of course the overall network interfaces type model that is kind of laid out in here in terms of the different parameters that we can currently define based upon what OpenConfig has. Any comments or questions on that before we move on? Okay. The other thing, Demetrius, I know you wanted to talk about PR 377 on the OPI EVPN bridge drop that you're putting out. So if you want to go ahead, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mark. Can I share the screen like real quick?
Yep, I'll stop. There you go.
Okay. Let me see. It is difficult for me to find the tab to share.
Yeah, same problem I had.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Oh, no problem.
Alrighty. Can you see the screen sharing?
Yes.
Okay. So in the past, in the TSC, we have presented the goal to actually do some re-architecture of OPI VPN bridge with a more modular design in order to accommodate from one side the CI-env that has been developed already in this repo, but also accommodate the different vendors with IPU, DPUs, and all those stuff, and also having like modular flexible design that is also asynchronous, the way that more or less Kubernetes is working, where you create some resource and then this resource gets created in the database, but it's realized asynchronously by the different modules, and then some status gets reported back on that resource. So as we have discussed at the TSC, the whole re-architecture code will be developed in a fork of the OPI VPN bridge. And when we reach some significant milestones, then we will create a pull request in order to have some reviews from OPI maintainers, and then eventually merge that into the main repo. So this first milestone is what we'll call drop 05, which is the main implementation, the initial and main implementation of the whole design that has been presented into the TSC. And this realizes a successful also CI-env. So the CI environment that has been developed in the upstream OPI VPN bridge, it is working right now with this pull request, and we have only minimal changes into the initial Docker Compose file. And also it supports full slow path configuration when it comes to the Intel IPU, the Mount Evans, which means that with this PR, we don't have any offloading yet. This will come with the drop 1, not the drop 05. But we fully support any VPN stack configuration on the slow path on the ARM cores of the IPU using the OPI API that we have introduced in a previous PR in the VPN Gateway API PR. So please take a look on this PR. We need reviews. It is a big one, but this is how has been decided by the TSC, that we will do the whole work in a fork, and then we will try to merge back. And all the gates are passing. Of course, we have some code coverage issues here, but I don't think they are super important, because the code coverage goes down if you have too much lines of code, and but the CI is passing, and I think we are in a good trajectory here. And of course, you can fully test that one if you have an IPU Mount Evans, or if you want to run the CI environment. And if you have anything to propose or anything that you would like to see or to fix something, just give us some reviews.
Yeah, I started looking at it, but it is large. It's 64
it is
files,
large,
so
yeah.
It's going to take a while.
I know.
Yeah.
I will just paste the link of the PR on the chat, so everybody can find that easily. And yeah, I don't know. Do you have any questions around this one?
Yes, I have. Mircea here. So I'm trying to run this in OPI Lab. We got a Dayton Peak card, basically, I think the commercial Mount Evans version of the Intel IPU. And I'm trying to run EVPN there. And when everything works when I configure it via VTYSH and manually and so on. But if I try to use the OPI API, I get some errors like file exist, or sometimes I see some crashes. Who can help me sort out this, final few bits to get it working in the OPI Lab?
Yeah, okay. So first of all, are you using this PR that I'm talking about, or are you using the
No, I'm using whatever was available, let's say, as of yesterday. I've been working in the last 2 weeks, so I didn't took this one. So probably this will be one step to take this PR.
Yeah, first of all, you need this PR because whatever we have upstream right now, it is only working on a CINV, has never been tested on an actual card.
I see. But question still remains, if I run into any kind of issue, who would be the best person to contact?
You can contact me. I will be out, of course, tomorrow and a couple of days next week, but you can contact myself, and
Okay, sure. No,
we can see. But this PR has been tested on a Mount Heaven Intel IPU. Maybe there are some changes on the Dayton peak. I don't know that we need, but we need to take this case by case.
Do you know what firmware we're using, like 1.4, 1.2, 1.3?
Those are
What
really
is the
specific
case?
questions that I don't have those answers right now, but you can send them in the chat, and I will try to actually find those answers.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay, thanks, Demetrius. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, that was all for the agenda for this week, was to cover those couple things. Like I said, if you can review and comment on either one of those PRs, PR 377, the other one is, give me a second, PR 449 in the API. It would be appreciated, like to get at least start moving either one of those forward. I know that 377 is a very large one, so it will take a while for people to review. 449 is not quite as big, but it does cover where we want to start looking at that basic port configuration for the different DPU, IPUs that are available out there. So if you could take a look at that, we'd appreciate it.
Hi, Mark. I started looking at 449, but I'm going on holiday for a week tomorrow, so I won't
No
get
problem.
back to it until probably the week of the 8th.
Oh, no problem. I'm actually going out on holiday tomorrow, and then next week I'll be disappearing for the eclipse. So
Oh, nice.
I understand, but yeah, I'm going to leave it open for at least another couple weeks.
Okay, cool.
All right, thank you. Okay, everyone, that was pretty much the agenda for this week, and we've managed to cover it in 20 minutes. Like I said, I'll put out a message to say, you know, why don't we move this to a bi-weekly cadence for the meeting, since that way there can be more work done between meetings as well as others. And if we need to move, you know, if we need to have a one-off that is every week or whatever, we can switch back. But appreciate your time and have a good rest of the week. And we will meet again in 2 weeks, since I'll be out for the eclipse beginning late next week. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.